Joining me on the Tarot Machine. This is your monthly love reading for the month of May 2017, and this will be for the sign of Scorpio. I started every video with this message. I was going to do a quarterly reading for all the signs, but with the Mercury retrograde, something personal had came up, so I had to kind of withdraw back. For now, I'm going to just do monthlies until I reshape my channel and be able to bring out more different type of videos. So let me go ahead and start your reading by giving you a message that can help you for the whole month. Okay. Share your internal wisdom with others. Shine your light. So, what it is saying to me with Scorpio is not to be reserved. And this can be with singles and people already coupled up. It's just saying, just if you're single, just go ahead and let people know how you is the true you, and find somebody that will levitate to you for being just you, or somebody will see that in you, that they like what you are presenting, a true picture of yourself when it comes to you and what you want for a relationship. And as somebody or people already joined up, it's just saying go ahead and present yourself. Be honest with your companion. If something is coming up very odd in your relationship in the month, just put it all on the table. Don't be afraid to express your opinion or what you feel needs to be expressed to help the relationship be better. Not worry about if you say something and it has a negative recourse on the relationship. It's just letting the feelings be out there, because that has open dialogue that helps shape your relationship, and maybe your companion will open up with something that you never thought would come to light, and then you can work on making a better relationship between the both of you. So let me go ahead and get you some cards to see what energies you be working with for the month. Hmm, kind of interesting. Okay, what you have in the middle of the reading is the Ten of Swords in the upright. So most people read the Ten of Swords of being at a final stage of carrying a lot of mental burdens, or some kind of burdens that is causing a confliction on how the way you operate normally, and is usually being too much in your head, or being kind of taking the more analytical approach to everything and taking more of it on, and dropping everything that's going on around you. So when it comes to love, singles, you may be meeting somebody that has a lot of mental strife, or they're always in their head. Even if you're trying to talk to them, they seem kind of, I call it the spacey card. They act as spacey. You could say something to them and they just looking at you, because they're too busy thinking about a lot of stuff and stressing on a lot of stuff. You could be meeting a person like that, or a person may be thinking you're like that because they're trying to talk to you about kind of hooking up for a relationship, and it's like the dots are not connecting, because you're thinking about something else that's going on in your life. But also, in the most traditional things, they say it's also a beginning, because you're at the last stage of finally crafting out or getting rid of all the stuff that's causing you this mental burden. So it's like a catch 22 kind of card. And that's what kind of period you're going through when it comes to your one-on-one relationships. Everybody you meeting, you're trying to analyze everything about them and digest what they're presenting and trying to think about it as a whole, and is causing some kind of, I want to say, more of a confusion of how to be in a one-on-one relationship with them. You can be presenting that, or somebody you're talking to is presenting that to you. If you already coupled up, it's just said that you at a final stage within your relationship, that you're ironing out all the burdens that is causing conflictions in your relationship. You're both is pretty much kind of acting, you both are thinking a lot, and it could be on the same subjects that you want to clear out, or is just two different polar opposites of things you're thinking about that is causing a confliction. But it's saying that y'all at the final stage of getting rid of them and finally dropping them, so you can get back into focus on your one-on-one relationships. um the card you have underneath you is the three of coins, um in the reverse. So if you're single, what it's showing me is you're looking for somebody that is a little bit more stable, more work oriented, and more to themselves, and not giving their energies out, or having a lot of people evolving in their life to conflict with their relationship. You could be seeing that from another from a person you're talking to, or they could see that from you, that you're at a state when it comes to your relationships. You want to make sure that you're getting somebody that's, one, don't have a lot of people involved in their life. They are more of an isolated person, or that you don't want to deal with a person that's talking to multiple people at one time. You just want that person to be free and clear of other ties or other possibilities of trying to build a relationship with. Now, they can be seeing that in you, or you're seeing that and seeking that out from somebody else. If you already coupled up, it's just showing me that you're more of being isolated with your companion at this time. You know, you choose to work your internal things within yourselves, and also making sure that you are working both together as one unit to clear out certain problems that are conflicting with your relationship. What you have in the past is the Knight of Cups in the reverse. The Knight of Cups is, if you're single, maybe in the past, a person that you was thinking about, you was dealing with a person, or the person may be thinking this about you, that you're carrying a lot of erratic emotions when it comes to getting into a relationship. It's not that they're off the beaten path. They just is something totally different that you're presenting to this person that they find is nothing stable or grounded to it. Now, somebody can be presenting this to you, or they have it in their mind, or you have it in their mind, that the person is kind of all over the board emotionally, and they kind of rushing, usually nice rushing fast. They're moving slow enough to focus on them, but you're catching, as they're moving slow in on you, that they have something emotionally not going right. Either they're too clingy, too needy, or they think that about you, that you're too clingy, needy, whiny, drama queen, um, all in your emotions, can't control your emotions at certain periods of time in a relationship, and you could be meeting somebody like that. um if you already coupled up, it's just showing me that either you and your companion is going to become a little bit cold and standoffish a little bit. And the cold and standoffish in a relationship could be due to the Ten of Swords of trying to find ways to clear out all some mental burden, so they can't be totally emotionally into something, but they're more into a mental way of doing things. And maybe if you're trying to recraft your relationship or enter or put something in it to better your relationship, what it's saying is maybe you have to put a little bit more, get their emotions caught up again by taking off some of the mental burdens or interjecting some kind of emotional thing to throw their thought off and put them on another track on how to build your relationship um, on a better level. What you have above you is the world. The world in reverse. The world in the upright means change, steady progress, moving fast, progressing towards a certain goal that you want. But in reverse, it's showing that that excuse me for that, but it's showing me um that the progression that you want, if you're single, what is showing me that you're meeting somebody that in the hopes to move forward. If you meeting that person, like I said, this night is coming slow. Your progression with you investing your time in this night would be slow. It would be like chipping away at a wall with a spoon. It would just take a lot of time, and you would have to invest a lot of time with them. Or you would get with them in a relationship, and what it would show is either either it will have a sense that your relationship is not progressing. It seems like it'll be like moving backwards. It'll be always at a point of start. You will always have to be like you're starting over every time you're dealing with this person. Maybe the person is thinking that about you, or you thinking that about the person you meeting. That every time, if you're going to try to be in a one-on-one relationship with them, that man, why it seems like I'm going over at the same point all the time with this person? Why is it always like it's like square one all the time? Every time you deal with this person, it's always like you're at square one. So that could be a feeling that you'll be getting if you pick up a person on a one-on-one relationship. If you already coupled up, it's just saying it's going to take a longer period of time for you to progress whatever changes you want to do in your relationship forward. It's going to take more time for you to invest in it to see the changes that you want. They won't be instant changes like from one extreme to another. It could be so slow you could see a progressive change, but the progressive change that you're interjecting in your relationship will be a slow process no matter what idea that you're trying to add to the relationship to make it better. The last card you have is Temperance in reverse. Temperance in reverse is saying that maybe at this time for singles, you could be in a rush to get into a relationship. You pay maybe at a sense that you want to go ahead and move fast on whoever presents themselves. You're not taking no time to find something that is balanced within your your personality or what you want for a one-on-one relationship. And somebody may be doing this to you when they coming in real fast, and they're not thinking about, okay, is they building something that would be a fair equal or balance. They just want to be in a relationship with you. As you being already coupled up, it's saying that some of the stuff that you're interjecting could be throwing the relationship off because you're presenting it way too fast. Maybe you have to interject some of the stuff slower so your companion can kind of keep up of what you're trying to do to craft a relationship better. So it's saying really is a warning card, a slow down of what you're presenting to your companion. If you trying to craft a relationship to be better, just don't throw a lot of stuff on them at one time, because their head is already filled with other thoughts that they think is a burden, and it just keeps stacking the burden on them, so they would not have enough time to focus on a what you want to be done in a relationship. So let me go ahead and get some clarifiers to these reversals. Let's start with the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, it, you got the High Priestess and the upright. The High Priestess and the upright is saying that at this time, if you're single, that you know what you want in a companion. You're using your internal compass to try to filter out different possibilities, different types of people that you're running across that could be potential mates, but you more dived into what you want, and you more dived into what somebody is presenting to you. If you are already coupled up, you know it's just saying that you're gonna try to um either you or your companion is going to try within the month of May of making a effort to try to feel your senses out every time you present something to them, even though they know what you want, but they want to be in sync with you, to be kind of knowing where you're going, and maybe during the month their intuition will kick in to finally play catch up on what you want to do to craft the relationship better. There's that Ten of Swords again. Definitely definitely carrying a lot of kind of mental burdens or a lot of stuff. And like for the singles, you could be meeting this person that they just coming with, they're just way too in their head, they're just way too their head. You got two cards of Ten of Swords both upright, so it's definitely telling me whoever you going to meet single is way too much in their head, and they carrying way too much mental strife for you to even be in a one-on-one relationship with them. You may be seeing that with a potential person, or they'll see that in you. It's like, wow, you just got a lot on your mind. Okay, maybe this is not the time. And for couples, it's just double verifying that either you or your companion is thinking about way too much stuff outside of trying to build a one-on-one or get a tighter one-on-one relationship, or kind of making your relationship tighter, because it's just that it's just so much stuff running through their brain that they can't catch their emotions up, other than if it's not written in black and white for them to read it, kind of. Let's just go ahead and see what the Knight of Cups is. The Knight of Cups, the erratic person that may be coming up for singles. They met you, they're going to meet you, even though they got a lot of mental strife. They feel that you're their, I hate to use this term, the golden egg. You the one that kind of can save them, kind of, or try to relieve some of this mental burden that they have, or change their emotions, because they feel that you have something that could help them out at this time. So they may be trying to rush in on the relationship, because you is presenting something that they may be, because they're so in their head, misreading, kind of. So that's a warning for singles. Somebody may be thinking this about you, or you're thinking this about somebody else. If you already coupled up, what it's saying is that you pretty much secure in your relationship. You feel like it's nothing nothing wrong with it. You still want better, and it's saying it still have room to grow, but the timing of this is kind of off because somebody or both of you are too boggled down with mental thought on other things that's going on in the relationship, but you're confident that the relationship is still solid and it's still room to perfect it better. Okay. Page of Wands. Pages are slow. Also, pages don't know what they're doing. Your page is in reverse as a page of wands. So that's definitely telling me this person is basically kind of standoffish, scared to come up, scared to present themselves. They checking you out. They have you as a potential, but they don't want to make a move. And maybe because they don't want to make this move because they know they're carrying a lot of burdens, or you're trying to set yourself further back from this person not to come up on you because you already see this person is kind of have too much burdens, because usually a page of wands always has this little spark about them that kind of gets people intrigued about them, but this person's meant kind of burdens that they carrying is starting to be a negative when it's coming to finding a companion. Now, for people that are already coupled up, what it's saying is back to you trying to carve a better niche for your one-on-one relationship for your companion. It's just saying this is very slow. This is going to come slow. It's going to be a slow progress, because it's going to be slow, and sometimes it's going to be like it's it's at random. It's not straight like an arrow. It's not that it has this drive. It's just gonna come. It's gonna come with these weird kind of off kilter moments in this way that you're trying to bond together. It's gonna be kind of going all over the board. Kind of. Is almost to the point that if you're trying to do this as a steady thing and a progressive thing, it can still progress, but it will have the feeling of the world on it by it's moving backwards, because it's kind of moving in this weird direction that you can't figure where it's going. So let's keep that in mind. For the world, you got the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So for singles, whoever this person you gonna pick up or they picking you up is saying that it would not be no balance created with this person. It's not going to be a fair shake. And the fair shake of this is still coming with this burden or this person being too much in their head. It's going to cause you to not have your stuff in control after a while. You're going to want to be with them. They may be a kind of a person that you may want to be with, but not at this time until they clean their issues or their burdens all the way up. If you already coupled up, it's just saying it goes back to the point that it's going to be going off kelter, whatever you're trying to interject in your relationship to make it better. It's just saying it's going off kilter, and it's going to be feeling like you're losing control, having control, losing control, having control. Either you're going to feel this or your companion going to feel this by interjecting all this stuff, because because they are in their head so much. It's going to be feeling like, it's going to have a seesaw effect. Your relationship and crafting all this stuff during the month of May is going to be a kind of up and down wave, seesaw kind of emotional, kind of ride the battle out kind of vibe when it comes to your relationship. Okay. You have the Nine of Wands in reverse. The Nine of Wands upright usually is a card that says you take time back, see where you came from before pursuing ahead to see what else you haven't covered. By it being reversed, singles, I'm gonna be adamant about it. because it matches up with the temperance card. Whoever's trying to come in, they're definitely rushing in because they see you as their golden egg to save their problems. Because usually they will rest, rethink about it, then move ahead with the nine of wands. But it's in reverse. It's just almost nonstop train of how they're coming at you. You could be presenting this to somebody, or if somebody's presenting this to you, that when they come in, they're not even thinking about where they came from with their last relationship. They're just moving on to the next thing, and they want to pick you up at the same time and have you in that fold or that pace when it comes to building a one-on-one relationship. If you already coupled up, it's just saying that maybe in some period of time in the month of May, when you're trying to craft your relationship, you may be coming off a little bit pushy. I'm gonna have to break it down for you. You might become a little, because you want this change to happen so fast with your companion that you're interjecting all the stuff that you feel they should be grabbing onto or levitating to. It seems like you're gonna be coming off a little pushy. The your companion gonna come off pushy, or you're gonna come off pushy on the companion to want all this stuff that you pushed on the table to help craft the relationship better. You wanted to move fast. You pushing it at them as fast and trying to figure out, okay, why this stuff ain't moving. I gave him or her all these options. They like not really trying to do nothing with them. Okay, let's try it again, and let's try it again, and let's try it again. You just keep, it's one of those patterns that you're pushing stuff on them, and like I said, their mind state is not there. They focused on something else. So kind of slow that down and kind of reverse the temperance and that out. And so let's see what the temperance in reverse is. Okay. Wow. For singles, okay, you got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. What this saying for singles? This person has a emotional baggage on them. They mentally, one of their mental problems is, could be financial. It could be a financial problem. They may not know how to balance money. Maybe they'll get into a relationship in hopes that they will have this instant union. Now we're instant union, and now our bank accounts are instant union, or your wallet is instant union. It's one of those things that they getting with you to kind of clear out one of their burdens, and one of the burdens could be a financial burden that is kind of junking up their way of thinking about relationships, because it's starting to be a predominant factor when they go and find a one-on-one relationship. Somebody can be coming like this to you, you going like that to them. That one of the burdens you carrying is financial. If you already coupled up, one of the burdens is financial. Maybe that your companion could feel that you as a couple, based on years, should be at a more solid ground when it comes financial, and they want to play catch up or work that issue out. But as they wrap their head around the money thing, they become cold and more cerebral and putting on more mental a more mental burden, and causing some more problems because they're focusing on the coins. Either your companion is doing it or you're doing it. It's focusing on the more money aspect, or looking back on it to see if you've been together for such a long, what you built together was solid. Or somebody in a relationship is causing a mental burden because they're blowing a lot of coins. They're not being accountable for their end of spending some stuff, or contributing to a household kind of thing, or putting the foundation or the family structure in jeopardy over some coins. Just have to put it up out there. The last card I'm going to get you for this. Okay. If you're single, it's saying that maybe one of the suitors that can come to you will be more older and more emotionally stable. More emotionally stable. They may think this about you, or you think this about somebody else. That one of these another suitor could come in, and they are presenting themselves on a more mature level, because you remember you had a knight of cups in reverse in the back. He's all over the place and not moving, but you now have this knight of cups again in the upright. So it also could say that he made a change eventually, but it's not really saying the change was with you involved. Maybe by the end of the month, if you kind of cut the person off, that they now kind of got a clue and got their emotions together, but they probably could still be up in their head about stuff, but they now separated their emotions from what is physically going on in their personal life, and they made a kind of a turnabout change. They may be thinking this about you, you're thinking this about somebody else. If you already coupled up, it's saying that towards the end of the month, your companion would kind of fall out of that mode of thinking about burdens and stuff, and be kind of more attached to you, because maybe they recognize that they did something wrong, or they're not doing enough emotionally to the relationship. They neglected certain type of stuff that needed to be upheld in the relationship, and they probably woke up out of this mental burden, either because they was tired of it, or they seen something that by them focusing on this, that it was causing more damage to the relationship. So I hope you like this reading. Go ahead and hit subscribe. Leave your comments at the bottom. You can thumb the video up or down, and I'll talk to you later.